For those new homeowners that are moving in today, Mac, how's the weather going to be?
A little on the warm side. I guess, that's just the way it is this time of year. We're looking at about mid-90s today, but congratulations. I'm sure the lovely new home that they're going to acquire there. Hey, it's 79 degrees as you head out the door this morning. It's a little on the muggy side. I mean, when it doesn't even cool down at night, it's tough, but hopefully your AC gets a little rest in the evening hours. We got up to 96 yesterday. We'll be very close to that again today, but you might have noticed that the afternoon sea breeze sort of got a little bit stronger, and of course that helps to dispel some of the heat. However, if you're going to be at the beach or you're going to be boating, you just need to know it's going to be a strong breeze during the afternoon hours over the next couple of days, and certainly for the weekend. So mid-90s for us, near 100 in most inland areas. And I keep saying, the football guys are getting ready to do their practices. So, fall can't be that far away, right? I mean, it's got to be close. We're looking for a heat index today of about 105. So if you're working outdoors, doing the gardening, and you're not a professional at this, just, take it easy with the heat. Make sure you get plenty of fluids. We have some bigger storms in North Texas right about here, part of a little frontal system that's there, but for us, not much chance. I mean, we got one or two little spotty showers possible over the weekend because of the heat and the humidity, and the atmosphere is loose enough or unstable enough to maybe pop one of those. But you can see we're fairly thin out there in terms of moisture out over the Gulf waters, and of course this is the front I was talking about. That has actually triggered some heavy thunderstorms up in the San Angelo area, up towards Sweetwater, Brownwood, and then over to Dallas. Well, for the West Coast, they just can't get a break. The bubble of hot air has moved north, so now it's going to include Idaho, Oregon, Washington State, and we're talking in the hundreds. And of course, the monsoon season, because of this tropical storm, has produced quite a bit of rain over Arizona. And then in addition to that, let me really depress you. For those of you that know San Diego, California, usually the water is fairly cold. It's Pacific water. The current comes this way down from Alaska. But they measured the temperature of the water at 78 degrees, which is like Caribbean water. And in 100 years, they've never had water that warm off the coast of Southern California. And you know what that does? It confuses the fish. And so they'll probably go swim to another place where the water is more to their liking. Now here's Hilo, Hawaii. There is Hector. Hector is pulling away from Hilo. No major problems. It's still a Category 4. That's pretty impressive. But now that it goes into the cooler waters of the mid-Pacific, it's going to start decreasing in intensity, hopefully before it hits any other islands. For the moisture, you can see there is some dry air in front of it, but there's the storm itself. And in the Pacific Ocean, we do have two actual tropical systems. In the Atlantic, we continue to be unusually quiet. So I know you probably didn't know this, but yesterday they revisited, or they rewrote the forecast for the amount of hurricanes that are going to happen for the entire season. So it went from above normal to below normal for obvious reasons. I mean, first, the water temperature, as I've been telling you for a month, is cooler than normal. It's in the upper 70s as opposed to the mid 80s. And second, we've got all that dry air coming in from the Sahara. And third, it looks like an El Nino is developing over the Pacific. Now, how does that work? Well, as the warm air rises from a warm Pacific, it goes up in the atmosphere and then it comes back down in other areas. So that actually starts in the Pacific, but shuts down the amount of storms in the Atlantic. It's all one connected planet, One thing over here affects one thing over there. So anyway, 95, our forecast high today. A stray shower is possible over the weekend. Hopefully you'll catch it. Otherwise, as we get into next week, continues to be on the quiet and rather humid side. Temperatures are looking at mid-90s over the weekend and low 90s as we get to the early part of next week. Your 7-day forecast brought to you by NEC Co-op Energy.